Hi yogis, this is going to be a gentle balance flow. So working towards the pose Warrior 3, or it's called Virabhadrasana 3 in Sanskrit. And this pose is really nice because it helps lift and open up the chest. It draws our shoulders back and down. We focus on strengthening the spine and all the architecture up and down the spine, which supports us to stand upright. And it strengthens our bones because as we stand on one leg and we stack the bones on top of each other, there is a building of density and strength by bone on bone and having to support weight. So this is a really nice pose to work towards and to play with. So I recommend having a couple of blocks or books or something that you can put your hands on, and let's just have a good time with this. And you know, we think about balance as standing on one leg and being perfectly up and down, straight up, but can we think about a balance of maybe the breath in and out of the right and left sides of the nose? You know, or what about a balance of how we feel and how we're being in the right and left sides of the body? You know, or even this idea of just balance in our work and home life. So just really kind of bringing up this intention of balance, of finding that perfect distribution of effort and ease. And may this practice extend into many and all areas of your life. So we're going to begin standing at the top of the mat in Tadasana. Arms by your side. Now spread out your toes, stand up tall into your legs. Bring your tailbone down, the belly in, and lift your chest. Relax your shoulders. Now let your gaze rest at a point. And begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Nice, calm, even Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead, equally grounding the feet. Exhale, extend out of the waist and fold forward over the legs. Hands on the shins or fingers in line with the toes. Lift halfway up. Take an inhale and lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale and sweep your arms up. Standing tall but equally grounded. Exhale, arms by your side. Mountain pose. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, extend forward and fold, nice and slow. Letting your chin drop down to release your neck. Halfway lift, inhale, keeping the neck long. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, rise up. Rooting to rise. Exhale, releases your arms. Inhale, lift your arms, equally grounding your feet. Exhale, extend forward and fold nice and slow, pressing into the elbows, shifting back into your hips and then bow your head. Halfway lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders down. Exhale, folding out over the legs. Inhale, rise up. Rooting into the feet. This time as you exhale, let's bring the hands down to the center of the heart. Now find your breath. Go ahead and release your arms now. Turn your left knee out to the side, bringing your left heel to the right ankle. Standing up tall into your right leg, we begin tree pose. Slide your left heel to your right calf if you want to go a little bit higher. And if you'd like to go up above the knee, you can place your left foot on the inner right thigh and then squeezing the midline of the body, stand up tall. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart, lifting the chest. Float your arms up and open, relaxing your fingertips. Breathing deeply here. And see what resting your gaze at a point, how that helps you stay a little bit more steady, sweet in this pose. Inhale. And exhale, releases the arms. Release your left leg. Bring the weight into your left foot now. Turn your right knee out. Bring your heel to the left ankle, standing tall. And then sliding that right foot up as high as it feels good. We just want to avoid the side of the knee. And then squeeze the leg into the foot and the foot into the leg. Hands in prayer. Breathing deeply. When the time feels right, let your arms float up and open out your hands. Gaze at one point, nice and soft, and your breath flowing. Inhale. Exhale, releases the pose, just transitioning out of it nice and slow. We'll come back to Tadasana. Inhale, reaching your arms up, high mountain pose, grounding your heels. Exhale, extend out of the waist and fold. Lifting halfway up, inhale. And exhale, fold. Now go ahead and circle your arms back behind you. Interlace your hands so the left thumb is on top. And gently reach into the arms up and overhead. One more inhale. And exhale, release your hands down. Let's take a giant step back with the left toes and lower the left knee down. Make sure the right knee does not go past your ankle. And just take a big inhale. Let's lift up. Modified low lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground. Shift your hips back, straighten your right leg, and gently fold forward. Let's do that again. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, come up. Rooting into your feet. Notice how that gives you a little bit of higher lift. Exhale, your hands to the ground. Shift back, straighten your right leg, and fold. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and bend into your right knee. Let's lift your left knee, step forward, and fold. Go ahead and circle your arms back behind you again. Interlace your hands so the right thumb is on top. Reach into your knuckles. Inhale and exhale. Take your arms up and overhead. Release your hands. Step back with your right toes. Right knee down to the mat. Grounding your feet. Inhale, begin to lift up. Gazing upward. Exhale, hands down. Shift back, straighten the left leg, and fold. Bend into the left knee, lunge into the hips. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands down, shift back, and fold. Last round. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands down, shift back, and fold. Go ahead and bend into your left knee. Lift your right knee. Step forward and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, pressing your thighs back. Exhale, fold out of the waist, even deeper. Go ahead and drop down to your hands and knees. Open your knees and sit back onto your heels, child's pose. Taking a couple of breaths here. Let's come up to the hands and knees. Take an inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press into the hands, round your spine, and bow the head. Inhale, lifting up, arching the back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back to a neutral spine. Spread your hands wide, root into your knuckles, taking a big inhale. And as you exhale, let's tuck the toes and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Now just stretching your body here. Feel it out. Make any movement that feels good. And then return your knees down to your mat. We're going to keep our hands under the shoulders, crown of the head forward, but bring your knees together. Go ahead and lift your left leg up to hip height with your toes pointing down. If you want to look underneath you, make sure your toes point down so that outer hip rolls down. Press into your heel and extend your right arm forward. Now keep your neck long and just breathe here. Strengthening all those little muscles running up and down the spine to help us to stand upright and stay lifted. One more inhale and exhale, left knee, right hand to the mat. Now your right leg lifts. Take a moment to establish that energized, extended leg with the outer hip rolling down, and then take the left arm forward. Bring your chin slightly down and soften your left shoulder. Ujjayi breath. And then nice and slow, lower your hand and knee to the mat. Now from here, keep your hands under the shoulders, walk your knees back, walk back so that the body is in a diagonal line, a modified plank. Take an inhale, exhale, bend the elbows and lower down to the mat. You're going to circle your arms back behind you, interlace your hands. Squeeze the legs together, and as you inhale, let's lift up away from the mat, locust pose. Keep your neck long, shoulders down from the ears, and exhale nice and slow, release. Let's turn the chin to the left and relax your arms, belly, Savasana. Turn your head to the right. So this time, let's just do that locust pose again, but instead of interlacing the hands, I want you to lay your hands on the low back, almost like if you can connect your thumbs and your index finger to make a downward pointing triangle. And you can slide your hands down to help even lengthen the low back. So let's squeeze the legs together, and from that place, inhale and lift up. Exhale, pull your navel in. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, navel in. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Now bring your hands into the shoulders. Shift to your hands and knees and back to child's pose. And just breathe into your spine. And then come back to center. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's take an inhale and exhale to downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet forward and fold at the top of the mat. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise up, grounding your feet. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Gazing at a point. Ujjayi breath. You can relax your arms. Let's bring our blocks out in front of us. So with the hands on the blocks, we're going to press into the hands to extend the arms. Now I've got my hands under the shoulders, but my feet are coming together just like we did on the hands and knees. We're going to float the left leg up to hip height. Look underneath you, make sure that outer hip is rolling down and your toes point down. And then bring your chest forward, crown of the head forward. Take your right arm back behind you like an airplane. Breathing here. Keep lifting the chest. Think locust pose, just what we did on the belly. And now exhale, release your hand and foot. Go ahead and fold over the legs. And now come back up. Spine parallel to the ground. Arms are strong, shoulders soft. Take your right leg up to hip height. Look underneath you, make sure your toes point down. Feel the leg is energized all the way through the heel. And then take your left arm back by your side and lift the chest. Keep your gaze down so the neck is long. Take another breath in. And breathe out. Lower your hand and foot and fold over the legs. Let's step back with the left toes. Keep your knee lifted, and this time we're going to come up into a high crescent lunge, taking your arms up high. Now hug your hips together, use your legs equally, and bring your gaze to a point. And just sense your breath rising in and out of the nose equally through the right and left nostrils. Inhale, and now exhale, let's shift forward, sweep both arms back, press into your right foot, and float your left leg. Bend your right knee, drop your left toes, inhale, come all the way up, lifting your chest. Exhale, sweep your arms back, press into your right foot, float your left leg. One more time, bend your right knee, drop your left toes, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale to warrior three, holding it here 2 breaths. Just finding the balance here of effort and ease. And then drop your hands, drop your left foot, and fold over the legs. Step back with your right toes. Keep your knee lifted. Come up, crescent lunge. So just taking the first few breaths here to find your balance, your stability, softness within the steadiness, and your breath. Let's move. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, sweep your arms back, lift your chest, and the more you root to that left foot, the right leg lifts. Bend your left knee, drop your right toes. Inhale, come up. Exhale, nice and slow. Warrior three with airplane arms, lifting your back leg, lift your chest. Drop your right toes. Inhale, let's come back to our crescent lunge. Last one. This time we'll just hold it for 2 breaths. You can do this. Just relax. And then drop your hands onto your blocks. Bring your right foot down and fold over the legs. Let's open out the heels to the width of the mat. Turn your toes out and begin to sit your hips down, so bending the knees. Let's just stretch the hips. You can stay in a high squat here. You can bring your elbows to your thighs, or maybe come down a little lower, connecting your triceps to the inner knees. Wherever you are, let's take 5 breaths. Okay, we'll bring our hands down, roll your hips up, straighten into the legs, bring your feet under the hips, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Now, let's lower to the hands and knees, and sit back to child's pose. Just relax. Come back down to earth, slow down the breath. And then come up onto your hands and knees. So let's do this. Let's take the left hand forward and center. Sweep the right arm high. Inhale. Exhale, threading your right arm under the left. Dropping your right shoulder and right side of the head to the ground. Press into your left hand and feel the body spiral to the left. And nice and slow, press into your left hand, unwind, come back to center. Now the right hand comes forward. Inhale, open up the left arm. Exhale, thread the left arm all the way through, left shoulder down, left side of the head down. Feeling the body spiral to the right now. Let's press into the right hand, unwinding the left arm. Let's come onto the back. Excuse me, just come to seated. And actually, let's go ahead and come onto the back. Just lay back for a moment. Let's relax the spine. And all those muscles that we just spent some time strengthening, we also need to give them a chance to just relax. So let's bring both knees into the chest. From here, happy baby pose. If you want to hold onto the outer knees, you can, or lift your heels and grab onto your feet. But allow the back body to release down. And let's exhale and release the feet. Go ahead and widen out your feet, your knees drop together, and just slowly windshield wiper the legs side to side. As you come back to center, let's just stretch out the legs, relax your arms. Let's find Savasana. Just open out your heels, close your eyes. And just become aware of your breath. Whether it's in and out of the nose, or maybe you feel the belly rise and fall, but you are aware and observing that your body is breathing. I want you to bring your awareness down to your ankles. Just feeling your ankles from the inside. Notice if one ankle feels heavier or more dominant. And just with this awareness, can you balance out the feeling in the ankles? And now bringing awareness into your knees. Noticing if one knee feels more dominant than the other. And through this awareness, can you balance out the feeling in the knees? Bringing awareness into your hips. See if one hip is more dominant, or maybe you're leaning onto one hip more than the other. And through this awareness, can you bring a balance into your hips? And then bringing awareness into your shoulders and feeling your shoulders from the inside. Notice if one shoulder feels heavier or more dominant than the other. And through this awareness, can you bring a sense of balance into the shoulders? Bringing awareness into your eyes. See if you can sense if one eye is holding more than another. And just balancing out the feeling in the eyes. Bringing awareness into the brain. We just want to feel a balance in the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Feeling a balance in the whole body. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Begin to move your hands and feet, turning your head side to side. When you're ready, inhale and stretch your arms overhead, pointing your toes. As you exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Drawing the knees in, gently rock side to side. Come back to center. Before you roll over, I'd like for you to just check and tune in which nostril is more open and dominant. And you're going to roll to that side. Coming up. Finding a comfortable seat. To close, just bring your hands in prayer and bow your chin and just take a moment to reflect. Notice how you feel. Thank you so much for being here with me in honor of each other. Namaste.